So for today's episode, Jenny wanted to show us how to make instant ramen at home. So I decided, hey, why not? I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna make instant ramen at home. Okay, we're ready to go get some ramen. Be right back. So I got my ramen. Now we're going back home and we're gonna prepare this. It's gonna be amazing. Just watch. Another beautiful day in Vancouver. Alright, we're back. It's time to make some ramen. It even comes with a baby fork. Look at it. Alright, I think our ramen is ready here, so we're gonna try that now. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, let's try it. Let's try it. It's hot. This is not very good. I need me some real ramen. So we're going to my favorite ramen place because I can't stand the ramen at home. It doesn't work. Alright, we're back from my favorite ramen bar. I love this place. And I guess it's time to find out what Jenny can do with the whole instant ramen. I'll see you guys on the podcast.
Hi guys! Tonight I'm going to try a pack of ramen here in my apartment in Japan. Okay, so I'm going to taste the Maruchan brand Niwatori Gara Shoyu. That means chicken soy sauce. But of course, I'm going to show you what it looks like. And yeah, let's try it.
Minutes later.
Okay, let's check if it's cooked already. Alright, looks like it's pretty done. Let's just mix it a little bit with our handy chopsticks. Looks pretty legit. Okay, so our ramen is ready, and let's try and have a taste. The saltiness is really, really mild. The soup is like almost the real thing. I'm really amazed. It's good. The soup is really, really tasty. I should say this is really amazing. Like the taste, it's almost the same thing as the original ramen. It's 108 yen. That's almost $1.08, 80 cents. I really recommend this. Maruchan chicken soy sauce ramen. And that is all for tonight. Thank you for watching and see you again. Bye!
Thank you for tuning in to Holy Shiitake. Holy Shiitake. The pod. I forgot. I need to speak slowly. Okay. Welcome to Holy Shiitake, the podcast about Japanese culture, where we talk about living in Japan. That's Jenny's job, and kind of the perspective of life in Japan. That's kind of my job from outside of Japan, I guess, from the West, as you would call it. In episode 12 today, we have a good one today. In episode 12, we're gonna be talking about some food, as you may have seen in the video. A lot of interesting foods in Japan. Some things you may or may not know about. Some things that look very good. Some things that look more interesting, I guess. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, Google Play, iTunes, or watching on YouTube, giving us a like, a follow, subscribe, share, whatever you do on social media. That helps us out a lot. So thank you for doing that. But today, as always, I am joined by Jenny. Hello, Jenny. How's it going?
Hello, Florent. I'm good. A bit hungry because of our episode today.
We have been looking at a lot of food.
Yeah. If you guys have seen the intro before we went live today, it's all about testing instant ramen.
It was.
Instant ramen in Vancouver and instant ramen in Japan. As I was watching it, I saw the instant ramen that you tasted, Florent. How was it?
It was not very good.
What do you mean by not very good? What's wrong with the Mama brand ramen?
With the man.
I mean, it's so funny because like among all the brands that you chose, Mama.
Okay, so I don't know anything about instant ramen. Okay.
Okay.
So I went to Walmart, and I went to the aisle of all the instant noodles, and I basically just picked one random.
Really?
That's basically it. And I picked the pork flavor because I like pork. So I was like, okay, that's gonna be good, right? And my idea was to kind of compare it to the regular ramen that I get at the ramen place that I featured there, because I usually get the pork ramen there too. So I just tried that, and it was very thin. The noodles were like tasted like plastic. Like there was no real taste to it. It was not very, very good. I mean,
Okay.
it was like $1.50, I think, or something like that. So
Don't get me wrong. Like most instant ramen are usually like that, especially back in the Philippines. We have the same thing.
yeah,
I'm a bit surprised about Japan that they have more selection of flavors and styles of instant ramen. In fact, if you guys have seen the video, one of the simplest instant ramen that I got was that Maruchan brand. In fact, Maruchan is one of the most famous instant ramen here in Japan because, as what I mentioned in the video, it almost tastes like the real thing.
right.
And I also like it because it's one of the cheapest. It's like 108 yen.
Right.
So that's just
cheap.
almost,
And,
just $1.
That's one of the things about instant ramen here. I don't know if it's the same in Japan, but like a lot of people, not a lot of people, but some people eat that because it is cheap, right? It's really affordable. So you'll see a lot of students eating that because they don't have a lot of money. Or like, when you're on a tight budget, like once in a while, you're just gonna eat instant ramen at night instead of having like a full dinner. Whatever.
Yeah.
Like some people do that, and I understand why. It's convenient. It's really cheap. It's easy to make. You just put some hot water in there and then wait a few minutes and you're done. But I'm really not a fan of it. I was a student once, many years ago, like about 200 years ago. So
Tell us about it.
so I had my fair share of instant noodles, and yeah, so it's not necessarily something that I look at when I go grocery shopping. I don't really look at instant ramen. It's like, yeah, no,
Oh, really?
I'll pass on that.
Is it because of the taste, or it's not really your thing?
Both, I guess.
Okay.
Like I haven't had a proper instant noodle thing, I guess, in my life. I feel that it's the kind of stuff, like at least for here, where you could make it very, very good, but you'd have to add your own
Okay.
stuff to it. Like if you use it as a base for something else, I've seen some people do that. If you use it as a base for something else, you could turn it into something actually really, really good. Because no, you have a base for the soup, you have like
Yeah.
spices and stuff like that. So that can be really helpful. But like just by itself, yeah, I'm not a fan.
Okay. But it's very common for Asians, though. I don't know,
is.
something to do about Asians, maybe? Because in the Philippines, instant ramen is really, really one of the, yeah, I know, basic food we usually have in our kitchen.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Yeah.
it's good to have though, because it's super cheap. You can stock up on it very easily, and you know, when you're in a pinch, you can just like pull one out, and it's pretty like, I mean, it works, I guess.
Yeah. Okay, so for our main topic today, we're going to talk about
We're gonna talk about foods in Japan aside from sushi and ramen.
yeah. But before that, we're going to have to taste some Japanese products that we have
All right, so it's a little
here in Japan.
it's a little segment we have at the beginning of every show for those who are not used to the show yet. Right at the beginning, we have Jenny kind of try something either popular in Japan or uncommon or new that just came out in Japan that we don't necessarily have in the West. So she can try that and kind of give her impressions on it. So what are we trying today?
So today I got this in I got this in Hakodate
Okay.
when I had my business trip, and I saw this at the convenience store at 7-Eleven.
All right.
And this is one of the popular snacks in Japan. It's called poke.
So it's poke. So we do have poke here. It's
Poke.
fairly popular here as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This is very popular in the Philippines too. Probably
Okay.
it's because it's a Japanese thing.
Maybe. What flavor is it though?
Yeah, so this is Sakura Shiitate.
Okay.
So
okay.
yeah, Sakura Shiitate, meaning like
Cherry blossom.
a cherry blossom coating.
All right.
But originally this is chocolate, but it's just pink
Right.
because
Right.
of the cherry blossoms. They launched this probably early February
Okay.
in preparation for springtime,
All right.
because generally in Japan they have springtime around late March.
Late March. Okay.
But here in Hokkaido we usually have it late April or early May.
I was gonna say way later.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna have to open it. I like the packaging
I like it
because it
too.
looks like
It's nice.
it looks like a box of crayons. Look.
It kind of does.
Okay, so and I have to say, oops, I ruined it.
Oh no, it's okay.
I have to say it's a little over packaging because it already comes in a box, and then if you open it,
And then it has
there
the-
are extra tiny packs.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's about 4 packs of these tiny little packs.
I mean, in a way, it can be okay, I guess, because you can have a whole box at home. But you know, when you go to work and when you go to school, you don't want to bring the whole bag. You just want to bring a few of them, right? So you just grab a pack and put it in your bag or whatever.
Yeah, and another thing, most Asians don't really, well, no, wait. I take that back. Most Japanese people don't eat a lot.
Okay.
So they usually put these in smaller individual packs. So, you know, like for the kids who want to bring these with them when going to school, they can
Right.
just get a few packs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, now let's grab some sample. It's funny because in the package, it's pink, but
It looks like
the actual one is like not so pink.
Yeah,
All right,
your camera is really bright, but it does like look basically white.
It's really bright.
Yeah, your camera is a bit bright.
Do you want me to lower the light a little bit?
No, it's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so I'm gonna taste it now. Crunchy.
Crunchy.
It's sweet, a little bit salty. Okay, that explains it because at the back, hold on. Is it too shiny?
It is really shiny.
Oh my god. I think I have to adjust my light, don't you think?
Maybe.
So, oops. Okay, let's adjust it a little bit. So, can you see it? No?
It's really,
Too bright?
It's too bright. Why is it so bright suddenly? I've never had that problem before.
Okay, fine. So, there you go. No. Okay, so over here, there's what do you call this? There's a description that there are tiny bits of salt in here.
Okay.
And yeah, it has a buttery taste and as what is mentioned, chocolate coating and well, it's chocolate flavored, but cherry blossom flavoring coating.
Okay. So like, does it have like a particular taste to it, or does it just taste like regular chocolate?
It tastes like white chocolate with salt.
Okay. All right.
That's it. That's it. I don't have an idea what cherry blossom tastes like.
I guess. That's one of, like, cherry blossom is one of those weird flavors I feel that have like the name because it's like cool sounding and cool looking, and then like kind of reminds you of Japan, but it's like, what does it really taste like? Like, we don't really know. Like, it doesn't. Does it even have a real taste? Like, can you just go like in Japan during spring and grab a bunch of cherry blossoms from the tree and like nom nom nom? Is it gonna taste like anything?
I have tasted sakura flavored ice cream before, cherry blossom flavor back in Hakodate. It tastes like, this is weird. It tastes like flowers.
Okay.
Like you're eating a plant, like a perfumed plant.
Okay.
And it, yeah, like that flavor with vanilla ice cream flavor.
All right.
Kind of.
Sounds interesting.
This one, on the other hand, is like white chocolate with a little bit of salt in it. It's good.
Okay.
Not too sweet though. That's what I like about this.
I like that.
Yeah. So Skull says that's a good variety. Prefer the almond crunch or cookies and cream. Yeah, I would prefer that thing too.
Yeah, I like cookies and cream actually.
Yeah. Another thing we are going to taste today.
What is that?
So this is a haichu. Oh man, I've been eating a lot today. So this is like chewable candy.
Chewable candy. Mocha in the chat also says banana chocolate is also very yummy.
Really? Maybe. Not my thing though. Okay, so this is haichu, just like Fritella, like chewable candy.
It is haichus. Apparently, Skullcry in the chat knows what it is. It just typed like haichus. It actually is haichus, but Japanese.
Yeah. Okay. I know I'm live right now, but I think I'm gonna have to adjust my lighting.
Okay.
Hold on.
So we got those here in the Midwest. I think we do have them here too, but I'm just wondering if they have different flavors.
Okay, this is kind of cute because the wrapping has a cute kid.
Yep, that's a lot better.
It has a cute drawing of I don't know what this is, but yeah. Okay. So this is what it looks like.
You don't have
it's
to.
Like a.
You don't have to take pictures of that, so we can post it on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. So it's not a gum, but it's just chewable candy, like a Laffy Taffy kind of.
Okay.
And this is the wrapping, the cute wrapping.
The cute wrapping, like a drawing.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna taste it now.
Oh no!
Oh god, it's so chewy.
You're gonna be chewing that thing for the whole show.
No, I eat a lot of these, and I eat this for like just a minute.
Okay.
It's obviously chewy. Strawberry and strawberry and milk all together and sugar.
All right. That's,
Mm.
I could get behind
Mm.
that.
It's a kid stuff. I mean, you know, I usually eat this. What?
I don't know. I like candies. I eat a lot of candies, so
I don't like hard candy though.
yeah.
Not my thing.
Yeah, I like.
I like
much.
trouble candy like this.
Yeah.
So I usually eat this. I swallowed it. So I usually eat, but
You swallowed that. That's funny. Hold on, my internet bumped a little bit there. All right, we're back.
yeah. So I usually eat this when I'm in school and I feel sleepy. Like
Okay.
after class, after I do my class, when I go back to the teacher's faculty, and I get so tired and I feel a little sleepy, I do the banging, you know, the
Okay. Yep.
my table. I usually eat this to keep me awake.
All right.
It works for me.
Why does it keep you awake? Because you just have to chew it, or is the sugar in it that just wakes you up?
I think it's the sugar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sugar, and while you're chewing it, keeps you awake because you have to chew it.
Oh, nice.
So it's good. I like it because it's not too sweet. This is what I like about most Japanese sweets. They're not very sweet.
Not overly sweet. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, most of them not, because like some Japanese products are really too sweet,
Mm.
probably for the kids' preference, but fairly enough, most of them are not too sweet, which
Okay.
I really like.
That's pretty good.
And that's it for and that's it for today's testing.
That's pretty good. All right, Rich in the Scott in the chat is saying they have a Japanese festival here at the Botanical Gardens in September.
Oh, that's
Scott
amazing.
lives in the U.S. Near St. Louis, I want to say, somewhere in Missouri, right?
Mhm.
So, Rich, if you happen to go there, take some pictures for us and send them to us, okay? We want to see that.
All right.
I want to see that. Yep, St. Louis, okay. Also, while I'm at it, Scarl, thank you for the 7-month subscription. Much appreciated. And thank you for everybody being in the chat. Puff, you'll come back when it's episode 69. Well, hold on. We're almost there. I promise. We'll have some stuff to talk about at the end of the episode, maybe. Stay tuned.
All right.
All right.
Now let's talk about our first Japanese food.
All right. What's the first Japanese food?
The very most common around the world, which is sushi and ramen.
Sushi and ramen. Which is funny because the episode is Japanese foods aside from sushi and ramen. But we thought that we had to talk about sushi and ramen, even like for just 5 minutes.
Exactly.
To kind of like set the table because we feel like
Mhm.
if we don't, people are going to be like, what? You talk about Japanese food and I have sushi. I have sushi every week. That's Japanese food. Okay. So, right. So, sushi and ramen. What about it?
Yeah. So before I came here in Japan, the first thing I thought of was like, okay, I'm coming to Japan, and I wonder what Japanese foods there would be.
Right.
Would it be just sushi and ramen forever? Like, how do people survive for centuries?
Not-
Centuries.
Centuries. Like, not gonna
Just
lie. If I only
these
had
two things.
had sushi and ramen, I'd be fine with that. Personally.
No, not if you're here,
I mean,
which I'm going to explain later.
okay. Because like
Yeah. Okay. So
sushi and ramen, like just like here, sushi and ramen is
Mhm.
basically half my diet.
oh my God, really?
Yeah, I have ramen at least once or twice a week, and I have sushi at least once a week,
Okay.
maybe twice. And then the other part of my diet is basically just pizza.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Oh, his
Right.
aunt is from Hokkaido.
Oh, Scarlett's aunt is from Hokkaido. Yeah, right. Oh, I think we knew that. I think he's mentioned that on in one of the shows before.
I have to mention the difference between sushi and ramen, America and the Philippines. here in Japan.
Right.
So let's show a photo of American sushi.
American sushi.
Yeah, so usually what does it look like? What does it taste like? And is it the same from the real Japanese sushi?
I lost my American sushi picture. Where is it? I don't have it.
Yes, you do.
Well, I should.
Okay, so while Florent is looking for it,
All right, don't worry about
the the typical appearance of American sushi is the sushi roll.
it. Right.
You know, like all the flavors, all the fancy flavors. And it comes with a lot of sauces, a lot of variety. And the most popular American sushi roll we have is the American maki.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so this also is common in the Philippines, which is, you know, like I was really shocked that it's not a Japanese food. It's just a version of what we have back in the Philippines and there in America. And then when I came here in Japan, I realized that Japanese sushi is far different from what we have back in the Philippines.
Right.
Okay, so Florent, if you don't have the picture of American sushi, let's have a...
I don't know what happened to it.
Okay, let's have a photo of an example of Japanese sushi.
All right.
So now the difference between American sushi and Philippine sushi and Japanese sushi is that Japanese is far simpler than what we have in America and the Philippines.
Mhm.
So in the photo, that...
What? Oh, wait, that's the wrong...
Well, Florent, what the hell?
I'm sorry, I wasn't even looking. I just pressed my button.
Who's that?
Hold on,
Okay.
hold on. I got this. I'm gonna fix
Stop
this.
watching porn.
It's not porn.
What the hell?
This is Jenny from Blackpink. There we go. Okay. The story behind this one, why we just saw Jenny on the screen, is because I installed a third monitor to my setup. Okay, so you have 3 screens now. And I had to move things around, and I forgot to reset my OBS for the screen capture. That's why. So it was capturing the first...
We're gonna talk.
Sorry, it was
We're
capturing...
gonna talk about that later after the show, Florent.
All right, that's fine.
Okay, so now let's look at the photo.
Like we're talking about good-looking food. I think that was good there.
Okay, so yeah, we already have the photo of the actual Japanese sushi, and the difference is that most Japanese sushi don't come in rolls. They come in what we call sashimi, right?
Yeah.
So usually sushi and sashimi is almost the same thing, but most of the time Japanese people just call it sushi.
Yeah.
And the most common flavor or the most common variety for Japanese sushi are just almost 3, which is maguro. Maguro is tuna, and ika. Ika is squid, and we also have shake, which is salmon.
Okay.
Oh, and I forgot the ebi, which is
The shrimp.
So they usually have these 4 most common kinds of sushi. And then we also have this tamago, or egg sushi,
On the top there.
which is the yellow one.
Right. Here.
And usually, wrapped in seaweed.
Yep.
All right. And then on the sides, you have the sushi rolls.
Right.
And that's what they usually call maki. And then if you notice on the middle, there are eggs. These are the salmon eggs,
Okay.
right? And these are also very popular in Japan because it's very fresh. Now, what I like about Japanese sushi is that most of these are just caught like early in the day.
Right.
And I think we also mentioned this in a former episode, Florent, that some sushi are like sliced alive. And some of them are even still moving, like the ebi one, the shrimp
The
one.
shrimp one, right?
Yeah, what I like about very fresh sushi in Japan is that you can know that it's freshly cut because of the smell.
Mm-hmm.
This you wouldn't smell anything. You wouldn't smell anything gamey or fishy, and when you taste it, it's very sweet. Now I
Oh,
don't know how to I don't know how to describe the sweetness of it, but you would obviously know there's no sugar, but the sweetness
right.
of it comes from flesh of the seafood.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
I want to try
the
sushi from
ramen.
Japan.
Okay, now tell me about sushi in Vancouver because you told me, Florent, that oftentimes you eat sushi, which in my opinion is a bit dangerous. But yeah, what
Why?
can you say about it?
Why is it dangerous? So I don't know if sushi here in Vancouver is a good reference to kind of compare with the Japanese one, because I feel that a lot of the sushi places, sushi restaurants we have here in Vancouver are kind of similar to what you would find in Japan, at least from the research that we've made. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in that here you still find what I call like the white people sushi. It's like sushi for the Western the Western audience, right? So you find a lot of the rolls, a lot of those fancy rolls, like when they kind of make up like all those things, like those
Mm-hmm.
dragon rolls and house rolls and California rolls and all those things. So you find those and a lot of those are like considered like it's a fancy thing, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a special thing. For me personally, I'm a really basic guy. I just like really simple stuff. So usually I just stick to like the salmon and the tuna and the ebi, and that's pretty much it for me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and like the rest, like a lot of restaurants here are owned and run by actual Japanese people who came from Japan, and a lot of them have actual Japanese sushi chef, like not the real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the sushi that you will find here. Um, will not necessarily taste the same because of fish is not the
Mm-hmm.
same, obviously, like they don't get it from the same spot, but
Mm-hmm.
um yeah, like in terms of quality, I can't really speak. Like I have my favorite places here in Vancouver, and stuff that you find in like supermarkets and stuff like that are typically not very good, because they're made in house by people who don't really know how to make sushi. It's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
when you go buy sushi from the supermarket, it's kind of like making your own sushi at home. And
Mm-hmm.
and I understand some people like making sushi at home and they like making their own food at home and they're really proud of it and they think it tastes amazing. But like I've made sushi at home a few times before. First of all, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's not worth
Mm-hmm.
the work it is. And second of all, like unless you're actually trained to do it, like there's a touch to it, right? There's a really like a way to make sushi. And you don't find that in supermarket or like convenience store type of sushi, I find. But
Okay. Now, the reason why I ask you that is because when it comes to sushi, it should always be served only during the day. And
what do you
I
mean?
had a little concern. What?
What do you mean?
Like, how do I explain this? So, here in Japan, when they make their sushi, it all has to be finished on the same day. They should not serve that the next day.
Correct. Yes, I do the same thing here.
I don't know how it is in other countries. In the Philippines, though, I'm a little bit concerned about the Philippines because sometimes they serve it the next day. They just freeze it, put it in the.
Oh.
Yeah, so, like I'm not. That's the reason why I don't eat sushi almost every day. Most of the time when I was in the Philippines, I eat sushi probably like twice a month or even like every after 6 months.
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't used to eat sushi that much until I actually moved to Vancouver because I come from France and I've lived in Paris for a long time.
Okay.
For those who know me at all, and sushi in Paris is not really a thing, right? You have a few sushi restaurants there, and the good thing about the sushi restaurants you find in Paris is that they are typically owned by Japanese people and run by Japanese people, because we French people have no freaking idea how to make sushi. and we're not even trying to, which is good. So like my experience with sushi was fairly limited for all the time I lived in France, and when I moved to Vancouver, it's so readily available. It's everywhere. Like you pretty much have as many sushi restaurants as you find Starbucks. It's everywhere.
Right.
And
Right.
that's kind of how I developed my taste for sushi, and kind of like, I don't want to say knowledge, because I can't really say I'm knowledge aside from the regular things that I eat, but yeah, like that wasn't really a thing. But I don't know, like the concept of keeping that for the day after, yeah, no, like I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I can do that.
Now,
Like sushi
speaking
here.
of, sorry.
Sorry, sushi here. When you order sushi from a place, like they make it by the order, right? So like you order that type of sushi, and they make it for you like on the spot, and then they send it to your table. So sometimes it can take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Especially if you have a big group. But like,
Right.
they make it by the order, and they're like it's not pre-made. Like they don't keep it for the day after. Like they don't pull up like a tray of already made sushi from the day before and be like, oh, there you go. Like that's not a thing.
Yeah, it's exactly the same thing here in Japan. I don't know how it is in the Philippines now, because like we only recently have these sushi trains in Manila, but
Right.
when that came, I'm already here in Japan, so I really, I really can't speak for
Right.
Philippines. Anyway, so let's talk about ramen in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Now, what I like about the video that we had is that the ramen that you featured almost looks exactly like what we have here in Japan. So I'm impressed.
Yeah.
And I think I know what that ramen tastes like. Is that pork?
It is pork indeed, yeah.
Yeah. So pork is one of the.
It's so good. It's so good. This So we're not sponsored, okay? If someone from that place watches us, thank you. But this place is called Genia. I think they have a couple restaurants in Vancouver. This one is very convenient for me because it's very close to where I work during the day. So I go there a lot. I go there like basically once or twice a week.
That's great.
I love this place. It's so good. And this particular ramen I get is called tonkotsu black. And that's the only thing I get from there. That was like the first thing I tried a bit after they opened. And I was like, I like it. I'm not changing. I'm just getting this one.
Now, the thing about ramen in Vancouver and here in Japan, everywhere in Japan, it's like almost the same. Like maybe I should say 100% looks like it and probably would taste like it, which is understandable because most Asian immigrants in Vancouver are Japanese. Correct me if I'm wrong.
We have a lot of Japanese. I wouldn't say most Asian immigrants. I would think the majority of Asian people here are from China. It's kind of a mix between China, South Korea, and Japan, and a bit of Philippines. Not too many Filipinos, but we do have a few.
Yeah, and that explains why these restaurants are almost having the same quality as what we have here in Japan. The difference, though, in the Philippines is that, yeah, we do have immigrants from Japan, but not as much as you guys have there in Canada.
Right.
And like America, we have ramen that is fancy.
Right.
Most of our ramen is overly spiced.
Okay.
Probably because Filipinos love spicy food.
Right. I was gonna say. Yeah.
And we love exaggeratingly salty food.
Okay.
So we also have Filipino flavored ramen. Right? So
Filipino
yeah,
flavored ramen. Okay.
which is weird. So it's not very common, but I've seen some restaurants in the Philippines that served adobo flavored ramen.
Okay.
So adobo is like one of the most popular food in the Philippines, and they try buying these flavors in some restaurants, probably for Filipino taste.
Okay.
But yeah, they still do some traditional Japanese ramen, the basic ones like the pork tonkotsu, the shoyu ramen,
Right.
the salt ramen, and all those. But surprisingly, they are not that popular in the Philippines.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay, now let's move to some of the not so popular Japanese food.
Yeah, so some of the things that you may or may not know about.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Next, we have omu rice.
Omu rice.
Yeah, omu, I have to say omu rice, but in Japanese you say omu rice. Omu rice. So what is this omu rice? It's
Omu
basically
rice.
omelette and rice.
It is basically omelette and rice.
Yeah, so we have a photo of that. Let's show the actual photo first before the anime photo. So some people who love to watch anime, you have seen omu rice in some scenes of slice of life kind of anime. And sometimes in your, I don't know, in your favorite anime. But as we all know, ramen is the most popular
Right, some more common
Japanese food we see. But omu rice is usually seen in this anime called Shokugeki no Soma.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I have to say, I have never seen omu rice in my life until I came here.
That's funny. I know. I like when we were talking about it, preparing the episode, and you were telling me about that. And yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is Shingo's favorite kind of breakfast thing, right?
It is. Omu rice is very common in Japanese households.
Right.
Most moms love to make these because it's a kid's all-time favorite. So basically, this is like a variety of rice and meat, like fried rice all together, and then wrapped in this huge fried.
Yeah, the big omelet thing.
I'm gonna put ketchup.
Hold on, you keep.
Top.
Hold on. You're cutting up.
How is it now?
Okay, I think we're back.
We're back. Okay, where was I? So I'm gonna repeat that. So yeah.
So like, so it's fried rice that's basically wrapped into an omelette kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So this is Shingo's favorite. I think it's also because it's a basic Japanese home food.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Household food. Like the kids, Japanese kids usually grew up eating this.
So
any meal, I
have a question though. And I kind of forgot to ask that when we were preparing the episode. So, what's the red? What's the red stuff on the top? Is it ketchup?
Yeah, it is. I just mentioned that a while ago.
Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's just plain ketchup, and I think one of the reasons is because ketchup always goes well with omelet and rice.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Really do that?
I put ketchup on my omelets. Yeah.
Yeah. But the thing is, I'm not really into it.
Okay, that's fine.
I mean, well, a lot of my foreign friends love omu rice, but I don't know, I'm not really a fan of it.
Yeah, I think I would like it personally. Like, that sounds like something I would like. Hello?
Why don't we have a photo of the anime for that?
We do have a photo of the anime for that.
Yeah.
Let me switch that.
Now, what I like about Japanese food and anime is that they look really delicious.
Like, in some cases, actually look better in anime form than they do in real life.
Yeah. Sometimes if I compare like the anime version of the food to the real food, sometimes I prefer the anime one,
Right?
the anime version.
Right?
Yeah.
That's funny. Scarlett in chat says ketchup is in big part due to American occupation and General MacArthur and as emperor in the 50s.
Well, now that he mentioned it, in fact, omurice is not originally Japanese food.
That makes sense.
So it was inspired by this restaurant in Ginza, called Rengate, and they usually served like a Western Japanese
Okay.
kind of food, and then they invented the omurice, and it became it became so famous both for locals and foreigners and
Right.
tourists alike, that it became a thing.
Right. And you can kind of tell from the name itself, right? I think it's something
Yeah,
we talked about.
omurice.
Yeah, something we kind of talked about in previous shows as well. It's like a mix between omelette and rice. So just put it together and became omurice.
Exactly. Okay, next we have Japanese curry.
Japanese curry. Okay, so that got me interested.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, I have to say, I'm not really into it.
Really?
Okay, so what is Japanese curry? This is basically, like beef or pork sauteed with vegetables and mushrooms, and then
Some rice.
showered with sauce.
Showered with sauce.
Showered with sauce. Usually the sauce is made of soy sauce and curry powder all together.
Okay.
And then they serve it in a generous amount on a plate, and then with rice.
With rice on the side, right?
This is very common also at home and in school. So in school,
like,
yeah.
I could see why, because this doesn't sound like it's super difficult to make, right? It's kind of like you just,
Well, the funny thing,
you get all your shit together and then put everything like on the plate to some rice on the side. There you go. Eat your curry.
could be, but in fact, they have instant curry
That instant
in
curry?
supermarkets. Like you can buy instant curry from supermarkets.
That's funny. You can buy instant anything now.
Yeah. No, I think it's because they love it, and moms are just very busy. They don't have time to
Right.
prepare for it.
Right.
So, Japan just improvised these instant Japanese curry in packs
Okay.
available in the supermarket. So, people would just buy them, put them in the pan, heat them up, and then serve it with rice. And that's it.
And that's it. Yep. I could see that.
Yeah. It's kind of funny too, because most of my foreign friends also buy tons of packs of curry. And I'm like, why are you guys stocking a lot in your apartments? And they're like, because it's easy to make.
I mean, that's fair. I would do the same.
Not for me though. Not a
for you.
fan.
All right.
But okay, I have to say, I have a kind of curry that I really, really, really like.
Okay. Which one?
And most people are probably not aware of this. It's called soup curry.
Soup curry. Right.
Soup curry. So, most tourists are not really aware of soup curry because soup curry originated in Sapporo in Hokkaido. Now, between Japanese curry.
Hello? Oh no! We lost Jenny! We lost Jenny, guys. This is very unfortunate. All right, well, let's keep the show going while I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Jenny. All right, Rich, you saying what? Not better than my food? I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, your food looks really good when I see it. Every time you post pictures of it, I'm pretty envious. Not gonna lie. I'm too lazy to cook at home. I'm actually too lazy for that. I used to, but then I don't know, man. Oh, I think we got Jenny back. Hello.
Help!
All right, we got Jenny back. Okay. Whew. I was like,
What happened?
I don't know. You just disappeared.
It's the coronavirus.
It's I don't know. I don't know if we should joke about that, but yeah, no, you just vanished.
Okay, sorry. That's a foul joke. Sorry.
And I got scared. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna have to finish the episode by myself. I have no idea what to talk about.
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but there's something wrong about my Wi-Fi or my microphone. But anyway, we're back.
Okay.
Now, yeah.
I'm trying.
Where was I? Yeah,
soup curry.
Yeah, we're talking about the soup curry, right?
Yeah.
And the difference between Japanese curry and soup curry is kind of a lot. So Japanese curry is served like there's rice and then there's curry on the side in a very flat plate.
Okay.
Whereas in soup curry, it's served only just the soup and the variety of vegetables.
Okay. So it doesn't have the rice, so it doesn't have noodles or anything in there. Wait. I can hear you again. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Yeah.
That was weird. Like you.
I know. I don't know. Is
Yeah, you're kind of.
somebody sabotaging us? But anyway.
I don't know, right? Okay, cool. So do you...
Yeah, so do you have a photo of that?
I do actually have a photo of that. I have a photo of vegetable curry.
Now, it's my favorite because I don't know, it's a little bit close to Indian food. I
Okay.
think.
All right.
It's close to the taste of Indian curry, and it's so colorful. Just look at it.
It has a lot of colors for sure.
The most common vegetables we have in Japanese in Japanese soup curry are, yeah, you can see it from there. The peppers, the young corn, we have the okra, we have the mushrooms, we have the
I don't like okra.
eggplant. Me too, I'm not, but you can just put that aside,
I
you know.
know. I hate okra. Like it's like I can't.
Like saliva.
Like yeah, the texture of it is like yeah. No, never mind.
I know what you mean. We're the same. We're on the same page. But yeah, I like this because the soup is very rich. It's spicy and it's not sweet.
Okay.
I'm not into curry that is sweet. I prefer salty and spicy, which is
All right.
perfectly our soup curry. When you go to Hokkaido, not that I'm promoting it, maybe I am. When you go to Hokkaido, I encourage you to taste soup curry, especially when you're here in Sapporo, because it's very popular in Sapporo. And to give you an idea, if you go to a bowl of soup curry is around $10.
Oh wow, that's pretty cheap.
Right?
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah. And this is not a small bowl. This is a huge one.
Right.
It's like the size of a ramen bowl.
Nice.
Only
nice.
that it's a little flat.
Right.
And then it comes with a rice. Whether you like it, no, I mean you can order like a bowl of rice, or you can just eat it by itself.
Okay.
But most Asians prefer to eat it with rice. I don't know, this thing about rice and Asians, it's just our thing.
Just like the rice. It's like it's a base of the food over there, right? Kind of thing.
Yeah. There's a variety of soup curry. So what we have in a picture is the basic vegetable soup curry.
Right.
We also have chicken soup curry and beef, and we also have pork.
Right.
Sometimes they also serve seafood soup curry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I'm not huge on seafood, but like I would I would try the chicken one.
Yeah, chicken is one of my favorites. Usually I eat the vegetable curry because it's not too oily.
Right. It's probably
You know what I
healthier.
mean?
Yeah.
And it's already heavy. The food itself is already heavy, especially eating it with a bowl of rice.
Right.
Yeah, oh my god, this is making me hungry now, Flora.
Me too, actually. Not gonna lie. All right, let's move on.
Let's move on to karepan.
Yes. Yeah, we need to get going. 'cause,
Karipan is
we're running late. Let's go.
so karipan is curry bread.
Curry bread.
And this is also common in households.
Hmm.
This is also common in households. It's just like croquette. Is it croquette or croquet? What is it? Croquette?
In French? Yeah, it's croquette.
Croquette, right?
Yeah.
So it's like croquette, and the fillings inside is curry and meat.
Okay.
And this is also popular among kids.
Hmm.
In the Philippines, we have our own version. We call it empanada.
I think I've heard that before.
I also think it's a Spanish food or Mexican food. I'm not sure.
I think it's a Spanish kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like that. It's just like that. Only that the flavoring is coated with, with what you use in making tempura.
Right. I was gonna say it looks like tempura batter kind of thing. Right.
Yeah, and with a curry filling. That's it. Simply, yeah.
Looks
It's crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
nice.
Dude, I'm really hungry right now. My stomach is aching now. I don't know about you, but just looking at these foods make me hungry already.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Okay,
we're gonna keep. We
need to speed up.
We're gonna keep moving.
We need to speed up because after this, I'm going to downtown to go eat my soup curry.
I don't know about that. I know what's coming next, so I'm not sure if you will. But let's talk about it. Okay, what's next?
The next is Japanese school lunch.
Japanese school lunch. Oh, okay.
So Japanese school lunch, we all know, we see this in anime as well, especially in slice of life anime.
Mm-hmm.
And these are typically what the kids eat at lunch.
Okay.
And Japanese school lunch starts from kindergarten until middle school.
Right.
So Japanese students usually eat this at school from kindergarten until middle school. So that's age 5 until 15.
Okay.
But in high school, they don't usually eat this. So they go to cafeterias already.
They go to cafeterias.
Like what we do in the Philippines.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like they bring their own food, right?
Yeah. Now, what you see in the photo is the not so common Japanese school lunch, because the one in the photo is the fancy one.
I put up the good looking one first.
Okay. So okay. I am not really a fan of Japanese school lunch, to be fair. Probably because they look good, some of them, but most of them are really bland.
Yeah.
So
I feel that because maybe it's because they're cooking for so many kids that it's it has to fit. Like they can only make one version of whatever it is, but it has to fit kind of everybody's taste, so they can't make it too spicy or whatever kind of thing. So it just ends up being not very appealing and kind of bland, I guess.
Exactly. Now, what you see in the picture is what we commonly have in Japanese school lunches. So we have the viand, which are the meat and the vegetables, and then the rice. Rice is usually almost, we eat it almost every lunch.
Okay.
And the miso soup. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the miso soup.
I like miso soup.
School lunches are not school lunches without the miso soup.
You gotta have the miso soup.
Yeah, and then we also have the desserts, usually the jellies.
Okay.
And the what do you call that in French? It's the one with it's not parfait. It's
like the
pudding.
Oh,
no, it's not. Pudding? It's not French. It's pudding.
Oh, okay.
So what you see the cute little penguin over there?
Yeah,
it's either fruit jelly or pudding.
Okay.
And then the pack of milk. Yeah, so the main drink is usually a pack of milk. And the funny thing is that they don't have water.
I was gonna ask, is like how like you need water. Milk doesn't hydrate you.
Yeah, the thing is, which is disgusting for Filipinos, but I don't know. But in Japan, they have these.
Oh, what? Hold on, I can't hear you.
Classroom.
What do they have?
They have these row of faucets outside the classroom where they can freely drink.
Okay. Okay.
And that's their source of water. That's their source of water.
All right. Okay. Your mic.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
your microphone might be giving up on us today.
I know. I don't know what's going on.
It's okay.
But anyway, all right. So let's move on to dango.
So which one?
We have the dango.
Dango. Ooh, dango. Okay, we have a little surprise for that.
Yeah. So dango is usually seen in anime as well, but it's also very common here in Japan
Mm-hmm.
with the festivals, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So luckily, my friends who came over last Friday, because I cooked dinner for them, they gave me a pack of dango.
Yay! You got free dango.
Yeah, so usually a pack, three pieces of dango is around 20 yen or 90 cents,
That's pretty cheap.
almost $1. Yeah.
That's
Now
pretty
let's
cheap.
try to
What is it made
let's try
of?
to open it. This is made of mochiko or rice flour.
Oh, okay, okay. So are there like mini
Okay.
mochis?
Yeah, they come in a lot of variety, but this is the most common one.
Okay.
The pink, the white, and the green
And the
one,
green.
which you see in anime.
Right.
I'm gonna eat one now.
All right, let's go.
Not the pink. Alright, let's go. It's a chewy.
Oh yeah, it's like mochi.
Yeah, it's like mochi. And it's not so sweet. The sweetness is just right.
Okay.
Very soft, like not like marshmallows, but like maybe a mixture of marshmallow jelly, I'm not sure. It's a rice cake, maybe. I don't know how to describe it.
I mean, that's basically what it is, right? If it's kind of like similar to mochi, that's kind of what it is. It's like flavored rice cake kind of thing, right?
Yeah. And people usually eat this, in the summer festival, spring festival, usually any kind of festival. And it's
Right.
also good with hot tea.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could.
All right,
I could
sorry,
see
I
why.
have to finish eating. I have to finish eating it. All right.
You're funny.
Now, before we move on to the exotic foods, let's have a question for everyone.
All right.
So, what unusual Japanese food have you tasted?
So people watching us and people listening to us on Google Play, iTunes, and Spotify, or watching us on YouTube right now. Go to the comments. I don't think there's a comment section on like Spotify and stuff. But if you're watching on YouTube, or you can just find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and just talk to us there if you want. What's your experience with Japanese food? What have you tried? What do you like? What don't you like? What would you be interested in trying? Maybe if you had the chance. Just let us know about all of that, and then we'll talk about it during next show.
Mm-hmm. How about you, Florent? What unusual Japanese food have you tasted?
All right, so I'm super boring.
Okay.
I literally stick to ramen and sushi. That's all I eat.
Oh, somebody says. Oh, Skull says gyudon. He tasted gyudon.
Okay. Like beef bowl. Okay. I think he mentioned.
Yes.
He mentioned earlier that he liked beef bowl. So that's really second time he says that. I'm sorry, Rich. I missed it the first time. Okay. I do like. So like I'm really basic. I like my my pork ramen, and I like my my regular sushi.
Mhm.
I do like, and it's very not it's very not unusual, I guess. I like tempura stuff. I like gyoza a lot. I'm a big fan of
Mhm.
gyoza. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm not super like adventurous when it comes to Japanese food personally. Like I stick to what I like and what I know. I don't really I don't
Same with me.
I don't really try anything new. How about you?
Mhm. Well, hold on. I'm starting to have dry throat. Okay, so
Oh.
okay, so I have tasted before. I have tasted live octopus, and it's not really funny.
Okay.
But one of the most memorable food I have tasted was with my host family, and she served me this thing called hijiki.
Hijiki. Okay.
So that's Hijiki.
What's hijiki?
Hijiki. Yeah. So hijiki is like black seaweed. It's not really a common kind of seaweed, but it looks like sorry. It looks like um when fried it looks like pubic hair. Oh god.
I don't know, man. I I have a picture on the screen right now.
Yeah, so the black thing is hijiki. It
Right.
looks like rose thorns. It looks like rose thorns. And then when I eat it, it tasted like beans.
So like, what's the texture of it? Is it like crunchy? Is it soft?
Okay, it's soft,
Okay.
but it's like eating tiny leaves, or it's like the texture is like, hold on, thyme,
Like thyme. Okay.
like thyme,
All
yeah,
right.
or rosemary.
Okay.
Yeah. That's exactly the texture. Only that the taste is like beans.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
The texture of thyme or rosemary and tastes like beans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scott in the chat says salty.
Salty. Okay, never mind of those green jokes. But usually Japanese people serve it with carrots, sliced carrots, beans.
Right.
What else? Peas. And this is a side dish, by the way. It's a side dish when you eat it with rice and viand, and sometimes you.
Wait. What? What? Oh no, we lost her again. What is going on? I think our microphone is giving up on us. We lost Jenny again. It's okay. We're gonna go back. Oh, there we go. She's coming back.
Hey guys, I'm back.
Welcome back. All right.
That is so weird. I don't know what's going
It
on.
is really strange. We have forces against us today. I don't know why.
But at least they all know this is live.
I mean, yeah, like yeah.
Okay, now what's our next?
There we go.
Oh, now let's move on to the exotic foods.
Exotic foods. I know what's coming, so just calling it exotic just makes me laugh. All right, so what's the next exotic food?
Okay, the first one is what we call the baby white bait fish, or the shiratsu. No,
Hold on.
yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, the funny thing about this is when I sent Florent the photo, I typed the details. I had a mistake, and instead of typing W, I typed S.
So instead
became shite bait.
and
became shite bait fish.
So yeah, when we were preparing the episode, she was typing it, and she, instead of typing white bait fish, she typed shite bait fish, and we've been laughing about it literally for the past 3 days.
Well, basically because for me, I'm really a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm not really a fan of it. I think it's also because it's just weird just looking all these tiny little fish with eyes. The eyes are even black,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know? Like they're tiny, immature fish that travel in schools, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like little shrimp, but they're tiny fish. And, you know, before you eat it, they just look at you like that. Why are you eating us? We're gonna be eaten now. I'm gonna be swallowed. Oh, blah, 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 blah. And they all scream in groups. Can you imagine that?
Oh no, this is so sad.
I'm not really a fan of it. One of the reasons is because it's very gamey.
Like fishy.
Yeah, it's very. The taste is. Because it's not deep fried. It's just. I don't know, it's steamed or it's boiled. I'm not really sure. Or it could be served fresh.
Okay.
And usually it is eaten as a topping for, you know, like rice toppings, like
Okay.
gyudon or sushi.
Oh.
Yeah, and the like. So this, you don't usually
You don't-
eat this.
Right.
Yeah.
You don't eat it just like that by yourself.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
you usually eat it with something.
Okay.
Like
okay.
it's usually, or it could be while you're eating sushi or sashimi,
Okay.
then you can eat like a, you know, like a portion of it.
Right. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Skull in the chat says.
So
Skull in the chat prefers pickled ginger for gyudon. I'm with you, dude.
I wouldn't even like pickled ginger.
Oh, pickled ginger is fine.
No, I don't like it.
Alright.
No.
It's okay. Let's move.
Okay, and the last one. Every Japanese people's favorite and every gaijin or foreigners not so favorite.
And for good reason.
And we have the drum roll. It's called natto.
Natto. Alright. I don't know.
Natto.
I don't even know if I want to show this on screen, to be honest.
You have to show it, baby.
Alright. I'm doing it, guys. I'm sorry.
Disclaimer. We need a disclaimer for this.
Oh no, it's too late. It's okay. I'll add it to the video.
It's not so looking good.
Ah man.
So what if
What do you mean it's not so looking good? It actually looks so gross, not gonna lie. Okay,
so it's
yeah, what does it look like? Describe it to us for those watching, listening to us on audio platforms.
okay, so natto is basically fermented soybeans.
Okay.
Soybeans are boiled, right?
Mhm.
And then they are, I don't know, they're coated with this sticky I don't know, flavoring with it's just really sticky. And the taste is with vinegar and salt and sugar all together, probably with ginger. It smells like armpits.
It smells like armpits. Okay.
So, okay, imagine you are in a train, right? With all windows are closed, right?
Right,
You're
right.
in the train on a summer, right?
Okay. Go ahead.
On a summer, and then suddenly this person perspired and his perspiration dries up and you're next to his armpit. That's what it smells like.
And that's very unfortunate.
Yeah. And it looks like it looks like cat vomit.
It kind of does, or it looks like someone just sneezed on your beans.
Oh my god. So that's what it looks like, guys.
Oh,
And
this is so bad.
I don't mean to offend Japanese people, but some of my some of our fellow listeners are also Japanese. In general, a lot of Japanese people love natto, basically because this is a very nutritious food, to be fair.
Right.
This is nutritious because it's rich in protein. I'm not a nutritionist, but that's what they claim. It's rich in protein
Okay.
and carbohydrates, maybe.
I mean, it is soybeans, so I could see it because soy is a good substitute for protein, right? For animal protein.
Yeah. And the funny thing about that is kids love these.
Which is weird, especially if it smells so bad. How do kids like
Oh
it?
my God. Can you imagine that? Like the moms are like, okay, kids, time to eat your natto. And the kids are like, yay, yay. And they're eating this armpit smelling, I don't know.
No. And what if there's like a food fight that starts? Then it's just gonna smell natto like all over the house for the whole day, for the next few days. Oh
my.
no. Yeah, no, I
Oh
can't.
God.
Like because
I have to, yeah.
I can relate with smelly foods. Okay, I'm French, and we have some very smelly cheeses.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can relate to that. And we have a saying in French where we said that the stronger a cheese smell, typically the better it actually tastes like.
I think so too. And for Chinese people and Filipinos, we usually eat smelly tofu.
Mm-hmm.
We love it.
Yeah.
The stinkier it is,
The better it
the
tastes.
better.
Yeah, right. So maybe it's
And
the same thing with natto.
Yeah. We also have this smelly food called bagoong.
Okay.
So bagoong is like shrimp paste, and it's we usually put this on unripe green mango,
Okay.
and sometimes with our with our bland foods. So we
Right.
put this, especially with our curry, with our own curry version of food.
Okay. Okay.
So the Japanese people may have these unusual foods that most foreigners don't like, but guess what?
I mean,
Each his own.
right? I guess every kind of culture has their own thing, right? The French people have their like very strong smelling cheese.
Yeah.
You Filipino guys have that what you just talked about.
Bagoong.
There we go. I'm sorry, I couldn't pronounce it. And and the Japanese have natto,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, that's basically
Right.
it.
That's,
Yeah.
the funny thing is
All
that
right.
they make like a whole lot of stuff out of natto. Like it's just not by itself.
Oh, yeah, I
Right?
forgot about that. Yeah, they have many versions of natto. It's not just the basic fermented beans. They also come in many forms.
They're really yeah.
So first, let's go to the
Which one first?
let's go to natto ramen.
Natto ramen, because we were talking about ramen earlier.
Oh
so
my God.
I guess let's talk about natto ramen. And
So
and
yeah.
as much as I love ramen, just seeing that one, I'm like, yeah, no, not happening.
I call it the trap.
The trap.
Because it's like the very tasty ramen, then suddenly there's this bomb in your soup.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it doesn't look as bad when it's part of the ramen as when it's by itself, I guess. At least on
Not until you try it.
at least on the picture that we have right now. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I would be brave enough to try it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't know if I could. But yeah.
Next we have the hold on. Tomaki?
Natto maki, yeah. Since we're talking about sushi, that's kind of like a going full circle. We talked about ramen and sushi to start the show, and we're kind of at the end with natto ramen and natto maki. I don't know, man.
Right. Another form of trap.
Yep.
You would think they would be sugared peanuts. They're not.
Yeah. I don't know.
True.
Like in maki form, it doesn't look bad. I'm gonna say it doesn't look bad because like I don't know if you guys
They're very well presented.
like they're well presented, and like I mean at least here we used to like seeing some weird stuff in makis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what type of maki you guys have in Japan, but like here you find like oyster maki, you find like clam, you can find like all that kind of stuff. So like we're used to seeing stuff that don't necessarily look that appetizing, especially in like maki or sushi form.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like if I knew what I'd like knowing what it is, I'd be like, yeah, no, not happening. I can do that.
I don't know why, but I'm starting to have dry throat. But anyway, that's
no.
all for today's topic.
That's
For today's topic, Japanese food.
yeah.
Yeah.
We went through it. We got up real fast. we were running a little late. We spent a lot of time at the beginning. But yeah. So yeah, so you guys watching us and listening to us on audio platforms all over the place. What do you guys think? What kind of Japanese food do you usually eat? If you do eat Japanese food regularly or not? And if not, what kind of food would you be interested in trying based on to this show? Or maybe stuff that you've seen in anime, that you've seen in movies, or that you've heard about? Or, you know, like, what would you like to try from Japan if you were, you know, if you had the opportunity of doing so? Let us know in the comments everywhere, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Find us on YouTube very soon. And yeah, let us know what you think.
All right.
Yeah, Jenny, do you have anything to add?
Probably nothing else.
Nothing else for now. Okay, we've been having some technical difficulties today.
Yeah.
So really strange. This is the first time that we've had that level of problems, but that's okay. We'll be working on it. We will be back soon, I think. Do we have a date for the next one?
Probably on the last weekend of March.
The last weekend of March. All right. We will let you guys know on social media exactly the exact date once we have decided. I think we kind of know when it's going to be, but we're going to be working on a lot of stuff. I don't know if we want to talk about this right now or not. Let me know if we do. We are planning some really cool, exciting stuff for you guys and for us coming very, very soon. So keep an eye on us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We're going to be sharing some really game-changing stuff for us very soon. And yeah. Jenny, you still here? You still with me?
Oh, yeah, I'm still here.
All right. And I don't know anymore. I don't know if your mic is working or not. It's difficult. Anyway.
No, I'm cool.
You're cool. All right. Well, that's it for us tonight, guys. If you are listening to us on Google Play, iTunes, Spotify, or watching on YouTube, giving us a follow, a like, sharing, subscribing, depending on which platform it is. I don't know how all the platforms work, not gonna lie, but do all those things for us. That would be very nice. It helps us out a lot. And yeah, we'll follow up on that and see you all very soon then. Have a good night. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Jenny.
Yeah, great.
And we'll see you soon. Goodbye.
Bye.